Now at 8 o'clock on WKYT this morning. Today is the 15th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. We'll tell you what's going on today to remember the lives lost.
And one father of a firefighter lost in the attacks has used his grief to fuel a touching tribute.
And a dog spent 2 tours in Iraq serving our country. Now she's being remembered by all who knew her. That's ahead on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday morning, the 15th anniversary of 9/11. I'm Sean Moody.
And I'm Michelle Chamberlain. There are going to be a lot of memorials in central Kentucky honoring those lives lost today.
Yeah, and it looks like we should have some good weather if you're heading out to any of those memorials. Meteorologist Mike Linden has a look at your Sunday forecast.
Good morning, Sean. Michelle, unlike Saturday, Sunday is primed to be just way better of the 2 days. Calmer, sunnier, drier, cooler, literally everything better weather-wise is on its way for Sunday afternoon. Right now on the Defender radar network, there's still some very light cloud cover over southeastern Kentucky, keeping temperatures in the mid-60s. The rest of the state has slipped back a bit into the cooler upper 50s. Now, this cold front that brought us the stormy weather yesterday is still sitting over the bluegrass, pretty much right over southeastern Kentucky, moving eastward away from us and pushing all of the ugly weather away from us as well, leaving us with, again, clearer skies and cooler conditions. So needless to say, your Sunday is going to be awesome. Monday, Tuesday look pretty good as well, but there are changes coming into the middle of the work week. Coming up, I'll take you through the next few days, show you how great things are, and then I'll show you when the active weather returns. That's all coming up in about 10 minutes.
Well, Mike, thank you. Again, it's kind of hard to believe, but today is the 15th anniversary of the 9/11 terror attacks.
Yeah, many places around the country are holding remembrance services today, including right here in central Kentucky. WKYT's Mike Beyer is live out at EKU's campus with more on the service they'll be holding a little bit later this morning. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Michelle. I'm on Eastern Kentucky University's campus, where in less than a half hour, a special 9/11 memorial service will take place. Many Richmond city leaders as well as university leaders will be on hand to deliver some speeches. The service is going to be here at Memorial Plaza. It starts at 8:30 this morning. Nearly 3,000 people lost their lives on this day 15 years ago when 2 planes crashed into the World Trade Center. Another crashed into the Pentagon, and a 4th hijacked plane crashed into a Pennsylvania field. Now, the World Trade Center's North Tower was hit at 8:46 in the morning. It's less than about 15 minutes from now, and the South Tower was hit just after 9 a.m. President Obama will be leading the nation in a moment of silence at 8:46 this morning to remember those lost in this tragedy. Now, speakers at the EKU event today are scheduled to be EKU President Michael Benson, as well as Richmond Mayor Jim Barnes, and other local leaders as well. Now, the event is free and open to the public, and once again, it starts at 8:30 this morning, and it'll be held right here at Memorial Plaza on Eastern Kentucky University's campus. Live in Richmond, Mike Beyer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. Another one of the memorial services being held this morning in honor of 9/11 will be in Cynthiana. That service starts at 8:30 this morning at the 9/11 Memorial. That's at the old Harrison Courthouse. All first responders and the public are invited to attend. The 9/11 attacks killed nearly 3,000 people. Most of them were victims at New York's World Trade Center, where hundreds of first responders rushed up into that burning building, both of those burning buildings rather, and never came out.
Kenneth Craig speaks with a father who used his grief to create a powerful tribute.
This is the uniform firefighter Jonathan Ielpi was wearing when he was killed in the collapse of the Twin Towers. A 29-year-old father of 2, his memory lives here at the 9/11 Tribute Center, along with other victims of the terror attack.
This is a difficult space.
This is a very difficult space.
Lee Ielpi is Jonathan's father and a retired firefighter. He spent 3 months searching Ground Zero before he found his son's remains, and then continued combing the debris for victims for another 6 months.
The best that humanity could give us was here, searching. Every day, 24 hours a day, hands and knees.
During that time, the damaged Liberty Deli became a gathering spot for rescue and recovery workers. Ielpi eventually turned the space into the 9/11 Tribute Center, a kind of interim museum until the official one opened in 2014. Not only did it stay open, it will move to a bigger space next spring, where it will continue to tell the story of 9/11 in the most personal terms.
When I get to talk about my son, I cry. I can't tell you how many times I've cried this week.
Pouring himself into his work has helped IELP move forward, but it hasn't relieved the pain.
The only thing 9/11 means to me is I have not seen my buddy in 15 years, and I miss. I have not seen my buddy in 15 years, and I miss my buddy.
The Tribute Center gave IELP a mission to educate, enlighten, and to understand how 9/11 not only changed his life, but the world. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
Here in Lexington, the Lexington Fire Department honored 9/11 firefighters in a special way. More than 100 people climbed the steps of the Fifth Third building here in downtown Lexington yesterday afternoon. The annual Firefighter Memorial Challenge has firefighters and the public climb 110 flights of stairs. That's the same height as the World Trade Center. They climbed this building's 31 flights of stairs repeatedly until they reached 110. Once they reached the top, they rang that bell there in honor of the firefighters lost in the attacks. The money raised from that event helps maintain the fallen Lexington Firefighter Memorial.
Mourners at Camp Nelson honored a veteran, a little different than the others at Jessamine County Cemetery. Mourners honored Ireland, a military dog who received 2 Purple Hearts for her service. Ireland served 2 tours in Iraq as a bomb-sniffing dog. She was laid to rest at the Jessamine County Cemetery. Ireland's owner says losing her is something that will take a long time to get over.
She brought a lot of joy into our lives, and losing her was it's probably the toughest thing I've ever been through in my life.
Now, Ireland could not be buried at the National Cemetery, so her owners buried her in their farm instead.
Just a couple of minutes ago, Mike told you about all that great weather you're going to have today, and there are a lot of events going on if you want to take advantage. There's an art festival here in Lexington today you might want to check out. The Waveland Art Fair is going on from 11 this morning till 5 tonight at the Waveland State Historic Site. You can enjoy a tour of Waveland's home, the smokehouse, and the ice house, and there will be some lunch and wine tasting in addition to meeting some of Kentucky's best artists. Tickets are $5 for adults. Children under 12 get in free. For the future artists out there, Frankfort might be your spot today. The annual Fall Arts Festival is this morning from 11 till 6 o'clock tonight at Josephine Sculpture Park. It costs $5 to park, but the rest of that festival is free. Activities you'll find there include bookbinding, a pottery wheel, art scavenger hunts, and more. And there will be a little bit of live music.
There's also a Roots and Heritage Festival here in Lexington. The marketplace opens at 10 o'clock this morning and goes on until 5. There will also be a gospel celebration starting at 4:30 this afternoon.
And great weather for all those things going on.
Beautiful weather. It's a perfect day.
Take advantage. It is 8:07 now on your Sunday morning, and WKYT This Morning is just getting started.
Now we'll take a look at some of the challenges it takes to mix 2 of America's favorite things, ice cream and alcohol. That story coming up in about 10 minutes.
And find out why dogs were out roughing it up on the waters of the California. That story is right after Mike's forecast.
And it looks like we are almost all but done with the dog days of summer here in the Bluegrass, and today will certainly feel a lot unlike them. Coming up, I'll take you into your Sunday afternoon and show you how great things will be.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Mike Linden.
Okay, Sunday is here. The second half of the weekend is underway, and it is set to be just an awesome day. Calmer, sunnier. I can't hold it in anymore. We are looking at fantastic weather as we get into the afternoon today. On the Defender radar network right now, not really seeing very much of anything. Cloud cover over the southeast, but not bringing any rainfall or anything ugly as we get our morning started. Speaking of ugly, pretty much everything east of that front that blew through yesterday was in fact ugly. Thunderstorms, damaging winds, the whole 9 right ahead of that cold front, pushing eastward and away from us. But it's not done with Kentucky just yet. You can pretty much see where that front is cutting across the Bluegrass. Pretty much through Pulaski County and eastward are actually still on the warm side of that front. But you see the green color here? That includes spots like Fayette County, Boyle County. That's the cooler air. And notice these lines, those are your winds coming in from the north. That's the cooler, drier air taking over, and that's going to set things up for just an awesome afternoon. Check it out. We'll take you hour by hour and show you. Start you off at 9 o'clock this morning, most spots in the lower 60s. That's awesome as we get our morning started. Into the afternoon today, you got no excuse to walk the dog because we're looking at awesome conditions to get outside and do so. Spend any time outside, whether it be taking your kids to the park, going to any of the many outdoor events that are going on throughout Kentucky today. The mid-70s, that's feeling like autumn. Today is a really good-looking day. As we work our way into the overnight hours and into Monday, temperatures slip into the mid to low 50s. So even if you're the type that likes a little cooler air while you sleep, crack the windows open a little bit. You'll get a nice breeze overnight and you can turn the AC off. Moving into Monday, it looks like another day to potentially turn the AC off as well. The low 80s and upper 70s, very calm, very cool. Things are looking pretty good as we work our way through Monday. It's not until Tuesday that the active weather returns, very spotty as the cloud cover does work its way back in, especially so in southern and southeastern Kentucky Tuesday afternoon. It isn't until Wednesday, though, that we begin to see the potential for thunderstorms to return. So the chances for rainfall here over the next several days really begins to ramp up by the middle of the work week and on. So for today, Monday, Tuesday, you're looking at some great days of weather out ahead of you. Again, if you have plans to be outside today, well, good for you, because the weather is certainly going to be on your side today. Mother Nature's given us a good one here on Sunday. Temperatures again in the mid to high 70s and mostly sunny. Monday, more of the same, just a little bit warmer. And then Tuesday, more of the same, just a little bit warmer. And again, it isn't until Wednesday where things do begin to get active. But if you have anything that you might need to do outside today, go outside and do it, because the mid to high 70s here in the tail end of summer heading into autumn, it's going to feel a lot like autumn today.
Yeah.
This is the kind of weather I wish we could have every day of the year.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, welcome to Los Angeles, ladies.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be really great out there today. I can't wait.
Good deal. Thanks a lot, Mike.
So if you like dogs and you like water, I think you're going to like this next story.
Yeah, on Saturday, dogs from all over competed in the first ever dog surfing championships. That guy was in the zone there. These furry pets took on the rough waves at Lindemar Beach in Pacifica, California. All the money that they raise from this surfing event goes to help out humane societies and dog rescue companies. And they look like they know what they're doing there. At least they're staying on the boards. Of course, that one's just sitting on the sand, so not so hard for him.
He's got that Michael Phelps look.
That's right. He is in the zone.
Prepared.
And there's surely Victor Puente's favorite surfing competitor of the day, the pug on the surfboard. Victor's always posting pictures of his pug.
He must love that pug.
He's going to have to get him training on surfing at some point.
That'd be a good story. I'd like to see that. So when WKYT This Morning returns.
Ice cream and alcohol are two of America's favorite things. So how can you put them together? Well, we'll show you when we come back.
But before we go to break, Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $122 million. And Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $222 million. We'll be right back.
With the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Welcome back. It's 8:18 now on your Sunday morning. We got all this perfect weather, a lot of outdoor weather, some ice cream weather.
Ice cream sounds good.
Yeah. Now, what would you say if I told you that the ice cream could be mixed with some alcohol?
I would be interested. I'd say, how would you do that?
Well, we'll find out here.
Yeah, let's find out by Brooke Silva Braga. He's got the story.
Ice cream. It's liquor-infused ice cream. It has alcohol in it.
Before Melissa Tavs could hand out samples of her Tipsy Scoop ice cream,
tastes like, definitely like rum.
She had to solve a riddle of chemistry, how to mix booze into ice cream and get it to freeze.
I think the first recipe was basically a milkshake, which isn't bad.
No, it's probably delicious.
But yeah, we really wanted it to be a true ice cream.
After dozens of tasty missteps, she mixed up a batch with especially high butterfat. It froze and Tipsy Scoop was born.
This is raspberry limoncello sorbet.
Tavs isn't alone in cracking the code. Snowbar sells alcohol-infused ice cream and popsicles in 9 states. They also ship them. Mercer's wine ice cream is available in more than 20 states.
Can you taste the alcohol?
A little bit.
Yeah.
The ice creams are unlikely to get you truly tipsy. Chemistry and the law keep the alcohol content to 5% by volume. Shoppers have to be 21 or over. Getting in stores has been a state-by-state struggle.
It's still kind of iffy. They're still working out the laws right now.
Pints retail for about $10 at markets including some Whole Foods. 6 packs ship for $75. A luxury for times when dessert or a drink isn't quite enough.
This is pretty good for like a post-breakup kind of treat, right?
Brooke Silva Braga for CBS News, New York.
could see everybody sitting around eating their wine-flavored ice cream. Yeah.
I'd go with the bourbon flavored. I know Crank and Boom's got their bourbon
You always
honey.
talk about that.
Oh, it's so good.
I have to try that.
Yeah, you got to give it a shot. 8:20 now on your Sunday morning. There's still more to come.
Sports is coming up next.
It was a rough day for the Wildcats at the Swamp on Saturday. Those highlights, and we hear from Mark Stoops coming up next in sports.
And we are looking at just great conditions out here on Sunday in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. The cloud cover is peeling away, and we are looking toward an awesome Sunday afternoon. I'll show you how temperatures will look and how sunny it will be when we come back. Welcome back to WKYT this morning, and welcome to what looks to be a little taste of autumn weather. Yesterday, not the same. Temperatures in the mid to high 80s, humid, and not to mention stormy and windy. But now that cold front has moved on, still sitting over eastern Kentucky, but it's not bringing any of the ugly weather. Now in its wake, clear skies, calmer weather, just overall much better feeling conditions. We take a much wider view here, and you can see that cold front extending from Canada south all the way into Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and into Texas. And what's really amazing is that we saw pictures all over Twitter and Facebook of active weather in all of those places, not just here in Kentucky. We all had the same situation that we were dealing with, really, the thunderstorms. But now behind this front here in the bluegrass, that cooler air has had plenty of time to settle in, and that's brought those temperatures into the upper 50s in most spots. That does include Lexington, Frankfort, Mount Sterling. Things are much calmer and much cooler as we get our day started, not to mention comfortable. For the rest of your day today, I mean, you're looking at some of the best conditions that we've had in a while, peaking in the mid to high 70s today. With sunny skies almost all day long, clearer skies later on. I mean, whether or not you're hanging out outside early on or later in the evening, we're looking at fantastic weather to end the weekend here in the bluegrass. On the other side of things, speaking of things that maybe weren't so fantastic, here's Lee Kay.
Following a tough loss in Week 1, Kentucky had a shot to lift their spirits with a trip to Florida on Saturday. Instead, they did just the opposite. Drew Barker and the Wildcats looked bad from the beginning. Barker going downfield, looking for Jeff Badette, but he hangs it up just a little too long. Picked off by Quincy Wilson. The Gators are in business. Barker's second interception of the year. So what does Luke Del Rio and the Florida offense do? They're going to go long on the very next play. Antonio Callaway in stride. 78-yard pitch and catch. Gators up 14-0. Second quarter, Cats turn the tables. Del Rio and the Florida offense with the ball, and Del Rio's pass tipped and picked off by Derek Beatty. Nice interception by Beatty. The Cats would give Austin McGinnis a shot at a 34-yard field goal attempt and a chance to get some points on the board. But McGinnis's kick doinks off the left upright. So everything going downhill for the Cats. Florida led 24-0 at the half. Second half we go. Cats take the ball, and Barker gets pressure and promptly throws his third interception of the game. Marcus May hauling in the wounded duck there. And the Gators, of course, would make the Cats pay. Busted coverage here by the secondary, and Freddie Swain hauls in the pass. 26-yard touchdown, 31-0. Kentucky would avoid the shutout late in the game, but the result was still the same. 45-7 Florida. The Wildcats dropped to 0-2 on the season. Take a look at the game stats here. The UK, the losing streak now to Florida reaches 30 games. This was the first time that UK has lost its second game of the season in 18 years. Florida had 28 first downs compared to just 9 for the Wildcats. And if you look at the total yards, that tells the story right there. 564 for Florida to just 149 for Kentucky. Here's Mark Stoops after the game.
Not a lot to say other than we got our butts kicked, on offense, defense. Special teams, I guess we did some decent things, but we got handled. Got behind the chains offensively. Can't do that against a quality team. They covered us. They disrupted us, got us behind the chains, a lot of negative yardage plays. We can't play that way. Defensively, same thing. We're on the field too much. Can't get off on third downs.
Tough day for the Wildcats. They now turn it around and try to come home and pick up a win over New Mexico State next Saturday. That's a look at your morning sports. Have a great day.